It's not until you are being driven in a bus to Yaba left before you realize that you need mental health counseling or mental health care or mental health services. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Anna and this is the first time that you're finding me on the internet. You're welcome. On this channel, we basically talk about wellness, self-improvement and personal development as well as lifestyle. And if that's a topic that you are interested in, consider subscribing to my channel. Yes, do subscribe to this channel. You are absolutely going to love it here. This is a very gentle space where we talk about anything that has to do with healing and motivation and improvement and basically really uplifting yourself and uplifting others. So let's get into the video. For today we're going to be discussing what mental health is. So guys, what does mental health mean to you? For me, mental health is basically your social, emotional, and psychological well-being. It's your ability to navigate stress in the midst of everything that is happening around you and within you. It's basically the things that are going on around externally, how is it affecting you internally? And the things that are affecting you internally, what is your reaction to or your responses to how you're putting it out before others? Does that make sense? So I don't want to do myself a disjustice by only giving you my own opinion or my own view of what mental health is. So I would like to hear from you. What is your definition or your own opinion about what mental health is? Just leave it in the comment section. I will be reading and I will be responding to your comments. Now let's delve straight into the myths about mental health. So guys, one of the myths that I hear about mental health is that it's an uncommon occurrence. That is not something that happens all the time. But I know that in the world that we live in today, you cannot say that mental health is just a rare occurrence or that it's just very few people that experience it. Everybody in one shape or form or age or gender or race or background is experiencing mental health issues. Man, woman, children, grandmothers, grandfathers, everybody is experiencing mental health issues. If you're not experiencing mental health issues, then there's a possibility that you feel that you are living in a bubble and that nobody else is on your island, because everything that is affecting the world as of today is affecting you negatively. Or obviously there'll be positive occurrences, but really everything that is happening in the world today is affecting everyone. And this is where we see like things like depression and anxiety and panic attacks and PTSD and trauma. Everybody in this life is experiencing mental health issues, especially if you think that everything is well with you. Everyone is going through a lot. It's just that some people's own form of going through what people are going through. Some people's own is here and other people's own is here. So yeah, everyone is experiencing basically a lot of things going on in mental health issues. So I would have to beg to differ that 1 in 4 persons are actually experiencing mental health issues, and that's a global fact by the World Health Organization. So it's known everyone is experiencing mental health issues. And I feel that a lot of people would need a lot of love and a lot of gentleness on the outside, gentleness within yourself, to be able to realize that you're not alone and everyone is experiencing the same form of mental health struggles. Okay. So the second myth that I've heard about mental health is that it is a demonic possession. LOL. That is so funny to me. It's something that I find time and time again that a lot of religious organizations basically put out and say that the smallest change in a person, or if a person is acting strangely, then they are going through some form of demonic attack or some form. And that in a way can be quite unfair, because it's the wrong approach. You have not particularly found out what exactly is causing a certain person to act differently. Sometimes some people just want to be spoken to, which you would normally, if you were supposed to take the right approach, it would be to take the person to counseling or to take the person to some form of therapist or a clinical psychologist, but instead you decide to take them to church, which in a way sometimes can actually worsen the situation. The person is not going through any form of demonic attack. The person just wants to be spoken to. The person just wants to be able to have someone empathize with them and to have the person to basically lead them on the right path, to help them to see what they are saying and to help them to realize that what they are thinking is not actually, they are not crazy for thinking what they are thinking, you know. But some people just take it out of context and say, oh, that the person needs to go for deliverance. So cast and bind. but but that is not what mental health is. Mental health is basically, all of the things that I have mentioned earlier at the beginning of this video, and more actually, because it's still something that keeps on uncovering. Different approaches and different opinions keep on coming up about the state of mental health, and it's something that needs to be given a lot of importance to. The third myth The third myth about mental health is that people find it as a sign of weakness, and I beg to differ in this one. I believe that if a person knows that they are struggling mentally and they decide to take action, to take themselves to a therapist, to see a therapist, to talk to a counselor, to basically have someone to talk to that would help them to be able to put their experience in a perspective, to be able to understand what they are going through, is actually a sign of strength. To me, I believe that anyone who is trying to take control of their lives by going to seek counsel or to see a therapist is being intentional about trying to come out of their sad state, their sunken state. They are taking the necessary steps to try to heal and to live a healthier and happier life, unlike somebody that just stays, in their toxic states and not wanting to do anything about it. And my heart goes out to anybody that has not realized or that has not sought to seek counsel or see a therapist or to see someone or even speak about what they are going through. My heart goes out to you, and I really hope that you're able to find a safe space where you can be lethargic and you can basically bare your heart, bare your spirit to whoever is going to listen to you, to be able to, make the necessary steps that you need to take to live a full and wholesome life. Another myth that I hear of is the fact that people think that mental health is only for crazy people. And again, I differ on this one because a lot of people don't realize that it is not until you get to an extreme case before you find that you're actually dealing with mental health struggles. Okay, so for instance, a person that has a mom that is going through cancer is actually struggling mentally. A person that is moving into another country is struggling mentally. A person that is dealing with a new environment is struggling mentally. So it's not until you are being driven in a bus to Yaba left before you realize that you need mental health counseling or mental health care or mental health services. So don't think that is for, so if I tell a person now that, oh, I'm struggling mentally, they'll think that I'm a mad person. And that's something that, culturally speaking, a lot of people tend to forget, or easily just, I think really it's not even about just the traditional bias. I think it's really the stigma. People think that if you're experiencing mental health issues, then you should be in a mental health institution, like in a psychological ward or something. And that's something that is just really, really sad. And I think I recall some of the experiences that some of our local artists, are going through. Some of them are dealing with a lot of threats from their boss, a lot of um, injustice, basically, and all of these things have repercussions on our mental health. I mean, I wouldn't want to go on and on about what I'm trying to say, but I believe that we all know the artist that I'm trying to talk about. It's not until a person has been unalive before we start to say, oh, I wish I had done such and such. I wish I had done this and that. No, it is that we have to take action the moment we see it, the moment we spot any type of thing. We have to be able to shout, say it out, say, call it, name exactly what it is that you're going through, and take the necessary step to get help as soon as possible, so that we don't hear of such sad stories like, oh, he was so young, or she was so young, or she was so beautiful, such promising artist. No, everybody is promising, but we have to be able to take action. We have to be able to really, really look at everyone's life as important. That's very, very important. In fact, if you don't take anything away from this video, take the fact that everybody's life is important, and everyone deserves to be listened to. Everyone deserves empathy. Everyone deserves compassion. All right. And the final myth that I hear is that medication is like the only way to solve the issue of mental health, and that is simply not true. You don't have to smoke something before you realize that, before you know that you're okay. These things have repercussions. Don't do drugs, okay? Don't take any X. Don't take anything that is going to mess with you. Is going to have repercussions over time. So as much as possible, seek social support. That's even the first thing. Seek social support, seek community help, seek help from a therapist, seek help from the counselor. And that thing earlier that I said about even demonic possession and whatnot. Yes, it's a myth, but even at the same time, prayer is very, very key. I mean, I think that even if you're battling mental health issues and you do seek to prayer, that God will actually help you. And I don't want to go all like religious on this video. I'm trying to be as neutral as possible. Try to seek help, try to pray, and be well. Take your mental health very, very seriously. Do all that you need, do all that you can to live a happy and a healthy, positive life. And I think the last thing I want to leave you with is to read a book. Read a book and realize that you are not the only one that is going through any mental health struggle. And the book that I'll be recommending to you today is one that is called You Are Not Alone. And this is a very good book. It was recommended to me by a friend, and it's really, really been very, very helpful. It's like a story really, but it's a story that is relatable, especially for somebody that has gone through grief, somebody that has gone through some form of PTSD and anxiety. These are all traumatic experiences that people have been through. And if you can get a hold of this book, you'll be really, really you'll be happy that you did. It's called You're Not Alone by Carrie Lloyd, and you can shop for it on Amazon or at your local bookstore, whatever. And yeah, guys, it's been really, really interesting chatting with you all, and I would really, really love to hear your thoughts about what you think about mental health and some of the myths that you've heard. Leave them in the comment section, and consider subscribing to my channel and also sharing this video and liking this video. It really, really helps and supports my channel. And yeah, guys, I'll see you another time. Take care. Bye.